here we are again with pin tires. I'm into pin tires lately, and I've been looking on my channel. This is the INJORA S4 Comp tire, multi-terrains. It is a pin tire in, as I said, S4 compound, and it's one of the best there is, and there doesn't seem to be a review of this one on my channel, so we will do that ASAP. I've been running these on silicone inserts, the green ones in the front and the blue ones in the rear, and they actually work rather good on them, but there's also a negative, and the weight of these tires is getting a little bit too much, so we want to use our own inserts. Now let's start with some measurements. One of these tires weighs 60 grams. Now with the green insert in here we have 126, and the blues are a little bit heavier, 130 grams. Yeah, that is something. We take a blue one out, put it on the scale, 73 grams. Our inserts are 31 grams, depending on how you print them. This should be, a rear one should be heavier. That's 1 gram extra, as the infill on the outer ring is more. So that's where we are at the moment. As you can see, I have more sets of these because they work really good on different vehicles, different setups. This is actually the baseline for a cheap pin tire, the INJORA S4 Comp Pin. Okay, now we are using our own inserts in these ones, and these are, as you can see, they are broken in really nice. These saw Italian rocks on our vacation in August 2024, and they really are broken in. The other set is almost as good as new. So we will put our own inserts in here. We have rears and we have fronts. The infill is a little bit different, and then as you can see, this works as I want it to work. Really nice. I'm surprised on how big I needed to print them, but yeah, these are already in here, and as you can see, they fill out the tire real nice. For some reason, I thought they were not vented. That's exactly perfectly fit in the tire. Originally I thought they would need to be smaller, but yeah, this is where we ended up, and works really nice. So we will mount them up, and then we will probably take Velma out to test pin tires. Now Velma is really capable, but her day-to-day tire is a Jetco grabber, and these work really well. Now they are on carbon fiber wheels, but they also have ReVolt inserts in them. This is a rear one, it's a little bit stiffer, but since she runs pins all the time, I think it's a good rig to test the pin tires on. Speaking of pin tires, there is also the INJORA S5 XHX pin tire, and then very recently we also got a pin tire from Mix Racing, which is currently mounted on Velma because we're shooting a video about that one, and that's this one. This, as you can see, the pins are really more packed against the Jetco grabbers, and then this is again another pattern where you have like almost lines, very close packed on the line, and then the line has a little bit more separation. And then there is this one, and we have this is probably the least pins per square inch, or as you want to say it. So very different tires, and I think one of the next videos will be a pin tire comparison, because we have so many now and I want to know which one is the best. For Velma, these work incredibly well, the Jetco grabbers. So we will now see how the S4 pins do, which work generally very well on a broad range of vehicles. Probably after I'm doing this inside video, I might first do the outside portion of the mixed racing pin tire, and yeah, then there will be the comparison video with all 4 of them. That's to come. This video is about the S4 Comp Pin tire, and let's do that now. So we will mount them and we'll see you outside. So outside we are with Velma. Gold wheels she has now. Looks a bit strange. And we just have the test behind us on the mixed racing pins. So it's pin after pin she's testing now. Can we do the pull on this one? Yeah. She's a bit narrow, as these steelies can be mounted in 2 positions, and we chose for the positive offset. She's only 230 wide now. Mounted the other way around, she would be, I believe it was 260. So it's a 15mm difference on the wheel mounted inside or outside. We chose for the positive offset on this wheel. Okay, let's see if we can go straight into off camber. Well, first the corkscrew and then off camber. And I managed to give her one of the worst approaches ever. But with that extra brass she has now, she might be pulling it off. She's really narrow. She's really narrow. Velma is a great rig. So, do these have enough so that we don't push all the way to the outside? That's a big slide. That was a really big slide. It's not called, it's called off camber for something. Well, we managed, but we were lucky and needed to work for this. It was easier with the previous tires. Now, let's go straight into steepy. How do they pull off this climb? A little bit more wall side, but not using the wall. Do they pull? They pull. Push or pull, because the rears are doing a lot of the heavy lifting. And I think we found a really good insert for this tire on a rig which is 2.9 kilograms. The camera on the controller can't really, the stabilization doesn't really take everything out, but okay. We're down, lining up for Lecce. Let's see, what do the pin tires have on this climb? Maybe a little bit more. Okay, was a little bit more driver's side, got back. Next ledge. For now, these tires do exactly everything I want them to do, and they have really great inserts, so the combo is doing what I want them to do. But I have these previous tires in my fingers, and I have to say those did it a little bit easier. Into off camber, and then cut onto the corkscrew. Can we grab the ledge? Do we push to the outside? What's it gonna be? As always, these Traxxas axles are really great, but they don't have the best steer angle. It's not a problem on this one. Now let's see, can we do the steepest part? It still is the S4 pin tire. That was really great, really great. Mainly because I was able to correct with steering when I felt it was going wrong. So let's see, can we drive a little bit further up? onto the new part. Lose a tire in the gap, get it back out. In between, she just doesn't fit in there. 230 is just too narrow, too wide. Also the rear pulling through. Okay. Lining up for our next obstacle. Can we get it in frame? That was a nice save. I don't know if we can do hangman from this position. Yeah, we can. Nice, nice. I don't know if I ever tested this rock with these S4 Comp Pins on any vehicle. So this might be a first one. Now that happens for a number of tires, which come straight out of the package. And I come over here and 10 minutes later they do this line. That's nice, that's nice. Still going as I wanted. Do they have enough? They have enough, they have enough. There's just enough slip and grip in these. All the way to the outside, onto that rock. Okay, can we now do wall side, that climb? That was easy, that was easy, as there was nothing to it. Plum, there's always plum. Let's see how we do here. It's really strange seeing her this narrow. She's a lot wider on the grabbers, I think. It might be perspective, so I better measure that up before I start telling you lies. Let's see. This is not so easy being that narrow. Yeah, this is where the narrowness does not help. She's really narrower. We can maybe help her a little bit. That's actually the tsunami line, which was really close. Let's see if we can do the right hand side. Probably also a problem of being too narrow. Grab that ledge. Can you grab? Yeah, you can. Next ledge. Go over here. In between. No side lugs, not helping. No help from the side lugs, because there are no side lugs. But that doesn't really matter. There she goes. Let's see how short you can do this one. For a no side lug tire, this one does amazing. Maybe a little bit more forward and cut back. Well, she takes a different line, but she's getting all the way up. Yeah, move that stone, of course. That might not have been in the picture, and indeed it was not. We're still around plum, because I want to see her do the right hand side. Maybe she can't, maybe she can. That's just not enough to get over there. That's tsunami line territory. I'm guessing that passenger front is also kind of unloading and not getting enough grip. No, it's not really anything to grab on. This is really a lack of side lug situation. Sometimes she doesn't care. Sometimes, man, that tsunami line is so close. Tsunami? That tsunami line. Let's give her a chance on these tires. Grab with the driver front. Is that enough grip? It is enough grip. Got back. Bring the passenger front on. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Is it enough? There's no side lug on this tire. So they need to work a little bit harder. Can we now? Can we now? For a no side lug tire, this one does very well. Come on, just that little bit more. Do you need wheel speed? Steering input left, right. We are mechanical, I don't know where we are. Yeah, the lack of side lug is really showing in this line. Can we now? Can we now? No. That's strange. And I also can't get back. Oh, and there she goes. There she goes. Needed to work for this one. We have one more line left, which is slick side. And we will do it one-handed because it's going all over the rock, over the rocks. And yeah, it's a little bit difficult repositioning this thing every time. So I need to find out what's going to be, where we are going to end up. A combination of handheld, combination on the controller, or just the tripod setup. Doing really nice. Sometimes being that narrow helps. Yeah, really nice, really nice, really nice. Doing great. Velma's doing great. So, wow. Let me think. My brain isn't big enough to think if I can or not. That was a position of being too narrow and not being in your advantage. This one is not a problem. So here she is. We will take the picture for the thumbnail over here. Yeah, what can I say? It's an S4 Comp Pin tire. On my rocks, they do really good. They, by my experience, they don't really suffer from high temperatures. Now I can't really measure that in Belgium. I did it last year in Italy, and that was no problem over there. They finally got ReVolt inserts. They deserved it. They did really good, the combo of these tires and the ReVolt inserts. But yeah, more and more I'm looking forward to that quadruple pin tire test she's going to run. Between then and now, I might do an S5 drive on her and see an S5 pin tire, the XHX tire, and see where that lands. There's nothing more to say than I wish you all a good day and see you all later. Bye.